If you are retiring early, or at least planning on retiring early, you've probably thought about the following, which is how much of a difference could one more year of work possibly make? Well, it plays more of a role than you think. One more year of less requirement from your portfolio. One more year of part-time income or contributions to Roth or 401k. One more year of less health insurance. One more year of XYZ. There's all these different things I'm going to go over today so you can understand how to quantify that for your personal financial plan. Now, as a reminder, I love what I get to do. I help people retire early. If you're looking for a custom strategy to retire early, you can reach out to myself or another advisor that focuses here at Root on early retirement planning. I am the host of the Early Retirement Podcast and Vice President here at Root Financial Partners. If you want to retire early, you have to do more than the average person. Now that's what most people think, but here's why I don't love that statement. The reason I don't love that statement is because that assumes that you're going to spend the same amount as someone else. For example, let's assume you want to retire at age 60 and you want to spend $6,000 a month adjusted for inflation after taxes. Now let's assume someone wants to retire at age 65. They also want to spend $6,000 a month adjusted for inflation after taxes. Well, that 5-year difference certainly is important when it comes to making sure you never run out of money, because if you're working 5 more years and you want to spend $6,000 a month, well, great. We need to make sure we're accounting for that. The difference is some people say what I said at the beginning, which is you need to make sure that you're saving and investing more than the average Joe. Well, check this out. What if the person at age 65 wants to spend $8,000 a month, not $6,000, but you still want to only spend $6,000 starting at age 60? If that's the case, you might not need to save and invest more than the average person. You need to save and invest properly for you and your goals. So I'm going to go over today how you can think through that and what's the quantification of one more year of work on your finances. I'm going to give you all 5 answers right now, and then we're going to take a dive through each of them. The first one is one more year of work means one more year of maxing out your contributions if you have the cash flow to do so. So if you're doing a Roth 401k or a 401k contribution, the maximum if you're over age 50, that's $30,000 this year. And the reality is your employer is probably contributing as well. So maybe $35,000 is going towards that. That $35,000 compounded over 20, 30, 40 plus years, the reality is that could add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your bottom line by adding one more year of work. So if you're looking at your plan, going, Ari, am I in a position to retire at age 58, or is it 59, or is it 60 or 61? Go through a planning process where you put everything together from your expenses to your financial goals to part-time income to Social Security. You're putting everything in one spot to understand what does that one more year of work potentially mean. For some people, it's really valuable to do one more year of work, meaning they will be in a much stronger position from doing so. For other people, it doesn't play as big of a role because of the other moving pieces. Maybe there's rental income, maybe there's a pension, or maybe there's something else where, yes, it's important to work one more year. The danger here is that people get into the trap of one more year and they keep working one more year and one more year and one more year, and they don't retire. And now they look back and go, I could have retired 5 years earlier. Yes, I realize I have more money now, but I didn't need as much as I have right now. So it's about finding the balance there. Yes, one more year of work, it's always going to financially look better. There's no way around that. The difference is, do you need that one more year of work? It's about quantifying that one more year of work. Is it needed, and what role does it play? Because I want you to look at it in the following aspect. I'm a soccer player, so I love playing soccer, and I hurt my hip flexor. And it is not fun when you hurt your hip flexor, let me tell you. However, the reason I bring this up at all is because when I hurt my hip flexor, the worst time was the week before my MRI, because I did not know how long I was going to be injured for. Once I got my MRI and I saw I had physical therapy the next 3 months, it wasn't so bad. I had a plan, but it's not until I had the MRI that I really had clarity there. I want you to do the same. Go through a planning process either with myself or another firm to understand what are you on track for and quantify that 1 year of extra work. So there's 1 year of extra work, 1 year of extra contributions. That's number one. Number two is the growth on those dollars. $30,000 or $35,000 of more growth will compound that over years and years and years. That could potentially be hundreds of thousands of dollars more to your bottom line. Whether it's needed or not, that's what you go through the planning process for. Now, would your portfolio grow anyways without that? Yes, but now this might allow your portfolio to be shifted differently because less is required from your portfolio knowing there's more there. That's one extra year going into my next point here. For example, let's assume that you want $8,000 a month after taxes, adjusted for inflation. Call it $96,000 a year. One more year of work means not only you're adding $35,000, but you're also not taking $96,000 from your portfolio. So really it could be $130,000 that's not required, allowing that to keep growing and growing for you, compounded over time. It makes a big difference. Once again, I say that because yes, financially it's important, but I don't want you to keep doing it year after year. If anything comes from this video is you go through a process and determine 2 more years are required, not 3 or 4, well, that would be me doing my job well, because it means that you took 1 or 2 years back where you can go and do what you want to do, not working a job you might not so much enjoy. So number 1 is 1 more year of investing. Number 2 is another year of growth. Number 3, another year of not having to take from the portfolio. Number 4 is 1 less year to worry about what the market's doing. So when it comes to markets, it can be overwhelming, especially if you retire and go, Ari, what if I retire at the worst possible time? Am I still going to be okay? And the last thing I want for you to do is worry about how the market is going to dictate your ability to retire. It's similar to buying a home. People say, Ari, is this the worst time to buy a home or the best time to buy a home? I say, are you in a financial position to buy a home either way? It doesn't mean you have to buy the home, but understand what you're on track or in position to comfortably buy no matter what the market's doing. I want you to retire, and no matter what happens in the market, you can have the confidence that you're going to be okay. Even if the market goes through a really tough 5 years, you don't care because you have enough funds to be able to ride that out. If you don't, and the market, does really perform poorly, I don't want you worrying about your retirement. So I don't really give the green light to people to retire if they're kind of on the border there. If they're going, Ari, if markets perform well, I'm okay, but if they don't, I'm in trouble. I would rather not that be the case. I would rather you keep working an extra year, even if it is difficult, because the reality is you don't want to retire and second guess what the market's doing and have that dictate your happiness in retirement. Number 5 here, and the last one, is it's 1 more year to potentially think through what you want to do in retirement. Some people have a very clear sense. Other people, it's already, I don't know what I'm going to do because I've saved and invested for so many years. I just don't know what I'm going to do. And I need to think through more what I'm excited to do so I can have a fulfilling early retirement. So those are the 5 things to think through when it comes to what's the quantification of 1 more year of extra work. There's 1 more year of growth. There's 1 more year of contributions. There's another year where less has to come from your portfolio, another year to decide what on earth you want to do, and it's less that's required from your portfolio so that you can spend more time doing what you want to do in addition to part-time income potentially playing a role here. So there's all these different aspects to a good financial plan, but it starts with having a custom strategy. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please like this video and subscribe for more content if you want to retire early. If you don't already know, I love what I get to do, which is create that custom strategy for people to retire early and with confidence. It's one thing to retire early on paper. It's another thing to retire early without second guessing going out to eat or taking that trip or whatever it is for you. I want to make sure you retire early, but also understand you are the CEO here. Some people think I become the CEO when I become the advisor. That's not what happens. I'm the CFO. My job is to optimize the business. But what's the business here? The business is your time. I'm the CFO, and I want to help you understand when you no longer financially need to keep working and you're on track to never run out of money. That's what I love to do. So I hope this video was helpful, and you can always check out more content from tax strategy to investing to fulfilling activities and early retirement on my channel here, Early Retirement. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you don't know, I am the host of the Early Retirement Podcast, and this is what I love doing. I help people create a custom strategy to retire early. You can always reach out to me or a member of our team here at Root, and we would be happy to walk you through our planning process to show you how we can help you get more life out of your money.